So since doing our previous video of TikTok hair hacks, it seems that TikTok has very much picked up what I was laying down, and I have just been flooded with more recommended hacks. And so in order to appease it, I have decided to bring Connie back, and today we are gonna do some TikTok nail hacks.
Now, we are not professionals by any means, and neither are we actually very good at doing our nails, but that is actually good news for you, because if these hacks succeed, they will work for anybody. So let's get to it.
Okay, so this first hack is one that I've actually seen before, but I have never attempted myself. It's basically using a tea bag to fix a broken nail.
Oh, I think Simply has done something like this.
Yeah, well, basically my nail is broken and I just need a solution, so let's go. So first what you do is you cut a small strip off of the tea bag, then you apply some nail glue to the tear that's in your nail, place the strip over the tear, and then trim to fit it to your nail. Add some more glue on top, let it dry, then buff and file your nail so that it's kind of not so raised, and then paint. Other than getting glue on all of my other fingers, it looks really good.
I honestly can't even tell what side the break was on, so that's something to be said.
So yeah, feels strong. It was actually pretty simple to do and pretty quick, so I would give it a 10 out of 10.
Woo! Right out the gate.
Okay, so while that's drying, let's have you do the next one.
Sure, why not? So this next hack is pretty cool. You can take newspaper and you can actually transfer the ink from the paper onto your nails. We couldn't actually find a newspaper, so we're gonna be using some stuff from some coupon clippings, so the text isn't gonna be as like hard hitting, but it's great, and you'll get a sale on probably some tomatoes or something if you look it up after.
You're saying you could swipe your nail and get that coupon code
I think you could put a coupon on your nails just at the grocery store. The first step is to apply a light color nail polish. Then just take a piece of newspaper, wet it with some spray alcohol, then apply it to the nail for about 10 seconds. And voila! Oh my gosh, that like insanely worked.
I am blown away by that, seriously.
This looks like I printed it on there. In a turn that none of us could have expected, it is backwards. So you are gonna have to learn to read backwards whenever you have it.
But how cool is that?
You can have secret messages on your nails. This was so simple and easy. I'm gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10 just because it is backwards. So you are gonna have to like maybe do some pre-planning and like print your own backwards font if you ever wanna do this. But it is really cool.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Will be remembered.
Oh,
This is ominous. Oh my gosh. This coupon is so scary. And next.
This hack is actually a cheat on how to get French manicure nails, but it's really simple. You pretty much just apply the Band-Aid to the end of your nail, leaving a gap where you want the white part of the nail to be. Then you paint that white, remove the Band-Aid, and then apply a top coat. Okay, pretty impressed. So the Band-Aid was very easily able to give me that like curved edge that's very classic in a French manicure. I will say some of the paint was able to escape out underneath it, and I did have to do just a little bit of cleanup. So the line isn't as clean as I would want it to be, but honestly, pretty good. I would give it an 8 out of 10. The farther away you go, the better it looks, you know what I mean?
So this next nail hack is like a nail art hack, and it's supposed to be an easy way to give yourself a marble effect on your nails.
Ooh, pretty. You're gonna have all the pretty nails.
I know. First, you paint on a light base color and you let that dry, which I've already done. Then apply your darker coat on top. Grab a small bit of plastic wrap and crumple it up. Lightly dab at your nails, removing a bit of that top layer to reveal the layer underneath. Clean up, then apply a top coat. I think there's an effect there. I don't know if it quite looks marble. I might have crumpled the plastic wrap like a little too tightly whenever I was applying, and I was a little bit aggressive. Like I went like in like a beauty blender aggressive. I think it could have been a little bit lighter to the touch, but it still has like a really cool effect.
It looks very pretty.
Yeah, I really like it, and it was so simple to do. So I'd give this probably like a 7 out of 10. Maybe with more practice, I could probably get it to a 10 out of 10. But for a first try, it's 7 out of 10. Your turn.
My turn. Let's do it, babe. Next up, we have a hack that uses an everyday hair tool, a bobby pin, to create perfectly formed dots on your nail.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, basically it's for those of us that like have no hand-eye coordination, so we could never do this free-handed, but we also don't have like a super point tool. Yes, okay, fine, it's for me, so let's do it, okay? Basically all you have to do is grab a bobby pin and then stretch that sucker out, Then pour a little bit of nail polish into a puddle, dip your bobby pin into the nail polish, and then apply it to your nails. I mean, easiest hack ever. That was incredibly simple to do and very easy to hold and to navigate.
I think you could apply this in a lot of really easy ways. Of course, you could do polka dots, but I think you could also make really cute flowers this way. There's a lot of stuff that you could do that's simple that could utilize this technique.
For sure. This is like accessible to everyone, 10 out of 10.
For this hack, we're gonna be using Sharpies to create a watercolor effect.
Wow. The last time I used Sharpies on my nails was like at school when nobody had nail polish. That was the hacks back in our day.
First, apply your base coat and a top coat. Then scribble some random squares in Sharpie. It looks like some cool 90s art right now.
It really does.
Spray some alcohol and move the colors around with a small brush as desired. And there's your watercolors. Okay, that definitely did work in a capacity. Not as well as I would have hoped that it could.
Yeah, it looked really cool when you first sprayed it, but it seems really hard to control.
Yeah, and the more that I did spray it, I feel like the worse that it got. I think like after you do just one spray, I think you just have to commit to whatever it looks like. Don't try to like finagle it, because I think it's just gonna be what it is. I'd probably give this like a 6 out of 10. I think it definitely did something, just not quite the real watercolor effect that you want.
Okay, so last nail hack. So yeah, we gotta take this stuff off, basically.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. This is honestly for emergencies only, but it'll be pretty fun to try out. This is a scenario where you have run out of Q-tips and cotton balls and tissue paper, all of that, and all you have left is a tampon. And you gotta get this nail polish off. So we're going to attempt to use a tampon to get our nail polish off.
Actually, this might sound a little crazy, but I think this will really work.
I do too. All right.
Okay, let's do it. So really easy. All you're gonna do is take your tampon, you're gonna put it in some nail polish remover, apply that to your nail, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. And that was easy.
Wow.
That worked insanely well. It honestly weirdly felt easier to use because it is almost like a pin. So I felt like I had a lot of control.
I like this because it feels very resourceful.
Yes. Well, and I think this is something like if you knew that you needed to like switch out your nail colors whenever you were like on a trip or something and you're like, oh shoot, I forgot something. This is something easy to pack in your bag and have as a backup.
You'll have this around.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's super smart actually. So yeah, as a last like scenario sort of thing, I mean 10 out of 10, right? It works.
Worked really well. I liked at least a part of every single hack that we did, and I could see myself in the future actually wanting to do this again. So with that said, we absolutely nailed it. And we'll see you guys for our next hack. All right, bye.
Bye.